He walks away like he always does. No bag, no plan, no fear. But this time, something feels different. At the end of Season 3, Reacher didn't just win another fight. He walked through fire, exposed lies, and left behind another broken system. The bad guys were taken down. The town was safe again. And just like always, he refused the thanks, refused the comfort, and chose the open road. That's who he is? A man who never stays. A man who doesn't belong anywhere for too long. But here's the question no one is asking. How long can a man keep walking before the past starts walking with him? Season 4 is not just about another small-town mystery. The pattern is clear. Every time Reacher steps into a place by accident, he finds something rotten hiding under the surface. Corrupt cops. Secret deals. Dangerous men who think they are untouchable. And every time he becomes judge and jury, calm, cold, unstoppable. But what if this time, the danger doesn't wait for him to arrive? What if someone already knows who he is? What if the next enemy studies him the way he studies others? Reacher lives by a simple code. Help the weak. Punish the guilty. Move on, no roots. No attachments. No fear. That code has kept him alive. It has made him dangerous. But it has also made him predictable. He steps in when others step back. He protects strangers like they are family. And smart enemies learn patterns. Season 4 could begin with silence. A quiet town. A normal day. Maybe Reacher is just passing through again. Maybe he only wants a cup of coffee and a bus ticket. But trouble has a way of finding him. And this time it might not look like trouble at first. It might look clean, official, even legal. The real tension of Season 4 will not just come from fists and bullets. It will come from a feeling that someone is watching, waiting, planning, because the biggest threat to a man like Reacher is not someone stronger. It's someone patient this time. The case may not begin with a simple fight in a small town. It may begin with a message, a name, or a body that was never meant to be found. Season 4 could push Reacher into something much bigger than a local crime. Imagine a powerful company with clean offices and smiling faces, hiding something dark behind closed doors, or a government unit that claims to protect people, but secretly controls them. The danger may not wear leather jackets or carry loud weapons. It may wear suits. It may speak softly. And that makes it more dangerous. Reacher has faced killers before. He has broken gangs, crushed drug rings, and exposed dirty officers. But this time, the enemy could be smarter, organized, careful, a group that plans 10 steps ahead. They don't fight with anger. They fight with patience. They don't panic when things go wrong. They adjust. And what if this case connects to something from Reacher's past? Maybe an old military file that was buried? Maybe the name of a soldier he once trusted. If the new case touches his past, it becomes personal. And when things get personal, Reacher becomes even more focused. The setting could also change. Instead of one quiet town, we might see busy cities, private airfields, secret warehouses, and places where powerful people make quiet decisions. Reacher may be forced to move fast, travel far, and work without time to think. The scale could feel larger than ever before, but here's the twist. What if the enemy is not just one person? What if it's a network? A hidden chain of people who protect each other. You take one down, another steps forward. That kind of fight is harder. Not because of strength, but because of reach. Season 4 could show us a different kind of war. Not loud, not messy, but controlled and cold. A battle of minds, and if someone out there is studying Reacher, learning how he thinks, then this may be the first time he walks into a trap that was built just for him. Reacher has always lived by one rule: stay alone, stay sharp, stay ready. He doesn't build a home. He doesn't make long-term plans. And he doesn't let people get too close. That distance is his shield. It keeps him focused. It keeps him alive. But Season 4 could test that rule like never before. What if this new case forces him to work with someone he can't easily control? Maybe a smart investigator who doesn't trust him at first. Maybe a former soldier who knows his past. or even someone who sees through his silence and understands the man behind the calm face. For the first time, Reacher might not be the only one reading the room. He might meet someone who reads him. That changes the balance. Reacher is used to being the strongest man in the room. He is used to being the one who sees the trap before it closes. But what if he meets an enemy who matches him step for step? Not just in strength, but in thinking. Someone who sets small tests. Someone who watches how Reacher reacts. Someone who wants to prove a point. That kind of fight is different. It's not about who punches harder. It's about who breaks first. And deep down, Reacher carries weight from his past. The military life. The people he lost. The choices he made. He doesn't talk about it. He doesn't show it. But it's there. If Season 4 brings back something from that past, we could see cracks in his armor. Not physical cracks, but emotional ones. What happens when a man who never stays is given a reason to stay? What happens if someone gets hurt because they stood beside him? That guilt would hit harder than any fist. This season could explore a simple but powerful idea. Even the strongest man has limits. Not limits of strength, but limits of isolation. Reacher believes he protects people best when he stands alone. But maybe the next case will show him that standing alone also makes him easier to target. And if the enemy understands that, then the real battle won't be outside. It will be inside him. Fans have been waiting, speculating and counting the days since Season 3 ended. And now, all signs point to Season 4 being bigger, darker, and more intense than anything we've seen before. While the official release date hasn't been confirmed, production hints and behind-the-scenes reports suggest that the next season could arrive sooner than expected, giving fans a chance to follow Reacher into new territories and challenges. The anticipation is electric because everyone knows, when Reacher walks into a town, nothing stays the same. What can viewers expect from the next season? First, the action will be relentless. The fights will be brutal, but they will also feel smart. Reacher isn't just a man who hits harder than anyone else. He is a thinker, a strategist, and a predator in human form. Season 4 may push him into situations that combine mental challenges with physical danger. Imagine him in a game where every move matters, where every decision could trigger deadly consequences. This isn't just about brute strength, it's about precision, patience, and instinct. Next, the stakes will feel deeply personal. In previous seasons, Reacher's cases were largely about justice for strangers, but Season 4 could challenge him in new ways. Could an enemy finally touch someone he cares about, even slightly? Could a piece of his past resurface to confront him with old regrets or unfinished business? These emotional elements will make the fights more than just physical battles. They'll make every scene feel tense, urgent, and unpredictable. For fans, this is exactly what makes Reacher so compelling. He is unstoppable. But he is not untouchable. Finally, the villain of Season 4 may not just be a typical criminal. Expect someone clever, calculating, and patient. A character who studies Reacher the way he studies others. Someone who can anticipate his moves, who can strike when he least expects it. This level of threat will test everything Reacher has learned and challenge the audience's expectations of him. The tension will come from both external danger and internal conflict, as Reacher faces a challenge that goes beyond fists and bullets.